mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon had spewed out of his mouth. Here's this great army spewing forth from Satan, coming against the nation of Israel, and for some reason, here it is, it's going to be swallowed up by the earth. I don't know how. Maybe God says, boop, there it is. Maybe it's one of the great earthquakes that's happening during this time as this judgment that's fallen out on the earth. What I do know is that God is in control. That's the whole point of it here. God is in control, not Satan. And it looks like it's a horrendous time, that it is a terrible time, and it is if you don't know Jesus. But it's still under the control of God. And Satan thinks that he's going to get the upper hand when his wrath coming out, only not to realize he's losing the whole time, and it's all working out according to God's plan, the way it was written to be done in the first place. Donald Gray Barnhouse, he told this story of a wealthy man who was hated by his enemy. And this enemy, in order to trouble the man, slipped into this estate of this man, did it under the cover of darkness, cut down one of the man's favorite trees, thought it would just hurt him to the core. Only to find out the next days that tree was marked to be cut down because the man was fixing to build a new house and enlarge his house and do some new construction there. And the idea is, in his bitterness and anger, this man had slaved only to discover that he had been accomplishing the very purposes of the one that he hated. That's the way it is with Satan and God. Absolutely. That's the role of Satan in the plan of God. He works to accomplish his own ultimate destruction, which is the plan of God to begin with. And he's doing it. And what we only have to do is to wait for the final realization of what is a certainty in the purposes of God. It's going to get bad. It's going to get worse. We're going to be in heaven. We're going to be in heaven. But for those here, it is going to be a time of badness, evil, like it's never been seen. But God's in control. God's in control. I see people out there worrying now, what's going to happen? What's going to happen next year? I don't know. I know the one who does. So why are we worried about it? Listen, we're not alone. We're to be overcomers in Christ by the blood of the Lamb, testimony of the Word, and not loving our lives to death. That's what we're to do. We're to be overcomers. We are to be victorious. There's the fall of Satan. It's done. Listen, it's just a very short period of time now. Evil's completely done with. Eternity is just around the corner. Is there a word to share before we're dismissed tonight?